Hey friends, welcome back to Clawhammer with Caleb. Today we're taking a look at an old-time tune called 5 Miles from Town. It's from the fiddler Clyde Davenport, who lived in Kentucky for most of his life. This is a D tune, and it's one of my favorite tunes to play in the D tuning. So let's get started. Alright, so like always, I just want to start with an example of the tune. So here's me playing 5 Miles from Town. Alright, so to start off, just want to make sure we're all in the right tuning. I've got my banjo tuned to double D, so starting from the first string going up to the fifth, I've got an E, a D, an A, another D, and another A. So this tune is unique in many ways. One of them being that the B part is in an irregular meter, meaning instead of 4 beats to every measure, it's going to be 5 beats to every measure. And there's an unusual number of measures in the A part, in both parts really. But what happens is we end up getting a call and response that happens 3 times in the A part, but the call on the 3rd time is a little bit different. So what I'm going to be doing for the A part is I'm just going to teach that call and response that gets repeated twice, and then we'll go over how it changes in the 3rd part. So, starting with that call and response, we're just going to start with the first 2 measures, which go like this. So what's going on there? There's like some funky things rhythmically happening. I've got this kind of ghost stroke, is what I've heard this called, when after this hammer-on, I make the motion of a ditty. Like if I actually hit the strings, that's what it would sound like. But we're actually just not going to hit anything until we get to the drum string. So this rhythm is 1 and 2 and that drum string comes in on the and there's a rest on the on beat of beat 2. And then we land on the 2nd open string. And then after that, we get this nice brush sweep stroke that we hammer on to the 2nd fret on the 1st string. And that's going to take up 2 beats. So it's 1, 2. And then we hit that chord again. So it's kind of like you brush the strings, hammer on, brush the strings again. But this time more like just hitting a regular chord. So that with that first lick sounds like this. And then we've got this little tag at the end of this phrase. So it's just a drop thumb and a pull off. And that's going to be the first 2 open strings, and then the pull off is from the 2nd fret of the 3rd string to the open string. So then we've got, just starting from the beginning, we have a hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, that ghost stroke, drone, and then we land on the 2nd string, and then we've got that brush stroke with the hammer on, and then we hit that chord again, and then we have the tag. And that's the call. Let's try that a few times through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now phrase 2, or the response, starts out with that same lick as the first phrase. That phrase that's got the little ghost, the ghost stroke. And when I'm doing that, notice like it's the exact same motion, except I'm just not hitting the strings. I'm still lifting my hand up and landing my thumb on the 5th string, which then sets us up to get that syncopated sound. But then this time, after that ghost stroke lick, we've got a new lick. We have the response. So after that lick again, so that's after that lick, we've got this hammer on onto the 2nd fret 1st string, and then a drop thumb. That's just the first 2 open strings for that drop thumb. And then we land with a ditty on the 2nd fret 3rd string. resolves on the second open string with the bum titty. Let's try and practice the response a few times through and see how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we've got the call and the response. Let's put them together and play through it like 4 times. So the phrase that we're going to be repeating, or the 2 phrases I should say, are these ones. And then we'll just repeat that 4 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the fiddle tune, Clyde plays through that call and response twice, and then he changes the call. So after we do that twice, then we get this this new phrase that sounds like this. And so, again, lots of like syncopation happening there. We've got this dotted rhythm. That is to say that there's just a note that lasts for 1.5 beats instead of 1 beat or a half of a beat, which is what we're used to hearing. So to start out, we just get one of these sweeps again that we hammer onto the 7th fret on the 1st string. And then the sweep is half of a beat, and then the hammer-on, or rather the note on the 7th fret lasts for a beat, so that it's like and then we get the drone and then we go to the 3rd beat, which is also on the 7th fret. And that's the note that lasts 1.5 beats. And then I like to throw in another drone string right before I go into the next lick. So we've got 1 and 3 and that's the and. That last and is the and of 4, right? It's not the and of 3. If I was going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then after that we get this this lick where we're pulling off and then hitting another note. And so I'm starting on the 5th fret, pulling off just the open string, and then going to the open 2nd string, and then I do that on the 2nd fret. Sometimes I might add the drone string in on the 2nd open string. Sometimes on just one of them, sometimes none of them, sometimes both of them. But then, so that whole phrase sounds like this together. Let's try that phrase together. Here we go. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happened next, like I said, the call changes, but the response is the same. So after this new idea, it gets followed up by the same response. Which is what we learned before in the response, right? So let's try and put those two together and see if we can't play those one after the other. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us the full A part. Now I'm going to play through the full A part twice. So it's going to be call and response, new call, response, and then we repeat the whole thing. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3,